Howdy everybody, welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and get out of that. Oh god, wrong button. That's the button I want. So, as you can see, I was a little busy waiting for our drill to reach its maximum depth over there. All I really did was put a shell on this thing, and it's not even that great. So, I still got some work to do. Ah, old mine hole. So, you can see, done a little bit of greebling. Not much. Just enough to make it look a little nicer, I guess. We'll make it better eventually. I'll figure something out. I didn't even finish all of it because drill was about where I wanted it to be. So, let's go ahead and start the day off, shall we? So, it's just turning morning. Last time, we built our fine machine over here. If you followed along, great. If you built your own, even better. And if it actually works, congratulations. You have your own miner, and you're able to go get your own materials. Now, what we also want to do, because we have the automatons now, is be able to make that miner into a drone. That would be awesome, because then that way we don't ever have to worry about mining again. So what we can do is figure out a way to automate the mining process without mods, of course, because console players, you guys aren't going to have the same mods that PC players have. That makes it 10 times more difficult for you guys. I know I played SE on console for a while. It sucks compared to, well, it doesn't suck compared to PC. It's just different. It's a whole new challenge you have to deal with. But I applaud you guys for doing it. But with that, we need to figure out how to make this drill pretty much do what it needs to do by itself. So, the AI in the game, the one that controls the drills, it's what we call a linear AI. They're very good at one thing. And so that's going to be similar to like your chat GPT that's popular right now, or any other programs like robot programs that you use for factories. They're very good at one thing. Even the AI that does like the chess competitions, it's great, it's impressive, don't get me wrong, but it's designed to do one thing. You tell it to go write a novel, it's not going to do it. Its whole purpose is to do this one thing. That's similar to what Space Engineers has with the Automatons update. I can tell this thing to do this one thing, as in make me a half moon mining pit. Every time you get to 90 degrees, go down one tick with the piston, and then go back around. And that's what we've been doing. Now, we just gotta add, I guess the easiest way to put it is we just gotta add a couple more steps to that. So, what we can do is we are going to turn off our drill. Oh god.
Fuel
Ow.
critical.
Well, definitely turn off the drill now. Guess I should have paid attention to that before. Yeah, now we gotta get our way out of here. So, while I'm digging my hole out, I will kind of explain to you what we're gonna be doing. First, we gotta get the drill to... Well, the drill actually is not in the process. It's the pistons that are in it. We gotta get those to do what we want when we want. Well, at least I have an access out of there now. For future endeavors, I guess. So what we are going to do, once I get back up here... can I jump that? Yes, I can. Love it. So, what we're gonna do is we have our left and right controllers. Those are running this timer block every time they hit 90 degrees. This timer block is telling that one piston to go down and then reverse the rotor. So we want to add to that timer block, or basically what we're going to do is we're going to set up a third event controller, and I will show you what we're doing. And yes, I moved my survival kit because I put the wall on and didn't like where it was, and yes, I should have known that when I put it there, but whatever. Past is past, water under the bridge, all the yada yada. I am looking for grid automation. So we want another event controller, and we might want more timer blocks. I know what I want to do in my head. I just gotta figure out exactly how to do it. And I didn't terribly. Love that. And I must be a little bit overweight. And I am just going to put this timer block down anyway. I need interior plate for that. There we go. And I'm going to put this one the right way around, I promise. Well. I don't have nothing. Let's put all of that to production. And surprise, surprise, I have everything I need. I probably already had it. It's just build planner is, at the best of times, sketchy. We'll put it that way. So, first thing I want to do is name this event controller instead of event controller 3. I'm going to name it, so what should we go? We'll do horizontal. Cool? Cool. I like it. Because that event controller is going to control that piston there. That's the plan of it. The other thing we need to do really quick is shut off this rotor. There it is. I'm going to put the rotor lock on just so it quits swinging. And we want to retract this piston. So we're going to put it in reverse. And then when it gets all the way up, we're going to decrease the maximum distance all the way down to 0. Any day. Thank you. Zero. Cool. Now what we want to do is put this piston. Maximum distance. 0. Awesome. So that's negative 0.5. And this one is negative 0.5. Awesome. So, this event controller, where's our piston horizontal, is going to control this piston. So, what we want to do is we're going to change the event to, I saw it in here earlier, piston percent. Piston position percent is equal to or greater than. We're going to go 99. Just simply because for some reason there might be clang involved. All hail clang. Piston horizontal. Or no, we want down and down 2 as these two. Because these are the blocks that it's looking at. They're going to be moving at the same speed, so we don't have to worry about it. But those are the two we want to look at. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. Then we're going to go to select actions. And we are going to find our piston horizontal. We are going to say increase maximum distance. And then if we do the control and our number, we can go to a second hotbar down here. I don't know if you guys can even see my cursor. Probably down. Bottom left. And we are going to do groups. And we are going to go make the group that I thought I already had, but I don't. Actually, you know what? No. Because it all happens at once. All of these actions on the toolbar happen at once. So what we can do is go to vertical down and vertical down 2. And we're going to say retract. And then we are going to do retract on that. Or nope, we want to keep that one empty. We want to go to toolbar 3 and do retract. So when this block sees that those two pistons are at 100% extension, which means this first layer has been completely bored out, which it already has. Or, well, one piston, anyway. I'm pressing wrong buttons. It's going to tell... Where's it at? It's going to tell the horizontal piston to increase its maximum distance. And it's going to tell these two pistons to retract. Make sense? I hope so. Because that's what we're going to try. So, if we turn on our drill,
fuel low.
We're going to keep the rotor lock on, because all we are going to do...
Critical.
Oh god. Oh! As I almost fall in a hole again. I really need to fill my bottle. Let me do that real quick before I fall in the hole and die and everybody laughs at me. Where are we at? Where's the ice? There it is. Thank you. You can just type in O2 up here in the search bar and it would bring this right up. I just didn't do that. So, now what we want to do is hit reverse. Hit reverse. And then I need a panel. I want a panel close to this. So I want... Oops. Just these two. I want their maximum distance all the way up. I want that drill to go straight through the ground because I want both of these pistons fully extended. What I'm looking for is for this horizontal piston, once those are done, to try and extend. Oop, and both of them are retracting. So once that drill comes out of the ground, it should be able to push that piston forward. Now, it's not very far, so it might take a while for it to actually go anywhere. Oh, its maximum distance is already 10. Oops, so that's on me. We will redo the experiment. Maximum distance 0. And then we will just reverse. No, maximum distance. Before you break something. 0. Go back to 0, please. Before you dig out my hole. Now if we do 0, it should stay at 0. Cool, beautiful, love it. So, what we're going to do next is reverse both of these again. Preferably at the same time, so they reach the bottom at the same time. Love it. And then you have to remember, this is going to happen at a 90. So at the same time, this thing is going to be trying to go back around. So it might dig a little bit weird. It, from what I understand, is it should correct itself. And it did. So, well, not corrected itself, but it extended. So, we're good. Because then it would go around, make another pass, and then keep going. Like it? I do. I think it's awesome. So, we are going to turn off our rotor lock, toggle the block back on. It is going to make its way around. Now, I am going to make this one's maximum... Its maximum distance is 10. So we want its maximum distance to be 0 right now. And reverse. Same thing with this one. We got to make sure that's done before we turn all this back on into its normal spot. And then I'm going to make this one's maximum distance why? Okay, why did it tell it to retract there? Oh, okay, so it's saying maximum distance of 1 meter is 100%. That's a problem. Remember I said about the linear AI thing? It's doing the thing that I don't want it to do, but it's doing it what it technically should be doing very well. Well, that puts a damper on things. Alright, let me... I gotta try and figure this out real quick. Alright, so as you can see, we've made a couple changes. So let me shut everything off and show you what we've come up with. Well, I'll leave the drill on. But what we need to do is get everything back to the right spots. And let's shut the piston off. And do rotor lock on. And you see my piston moved, so let's move that back. Alright, so basically what we've done, let me then, oh, I'm already in, because I was flying around with no hydrogen. I was tired of having to come back and get ice. So let me, while I'm here, I can waste the materials, I guess. Get rid of the stuff that I've added. So, and then we'll just put that there, and then the 2 timer blocks. So basically what we've done is I've added a connector here. What this connector is basically doing is becoming a proximity sensor. So if you don't know what a proximity sensor is, they're pretty simple. They turn when they get close to an object, normally specified or has an RFID reader, whatever, in real life. In this case, another connector. When it shows that this connector is ready to lock, it is going to retract both of these pistons and extend this piston. And then it will push this piston out just a little bit. So let me show you how we set that up. The only downside is once it's doing that, you have to go and manually reset the limits of these in the control panel. Really the only downside to it, because we don't have anything in Space Engineers yet that is able to reset those limits for us, like set them to a certain number or percentage after they after a timer goes off or in one of these blocks. If we would be able to do that, that would be fantastic. So basically what we've done is if we come over here, we have an automation timer block. We are going to call this one horizontal end. It's going to have probably about a 5-second delay. That's kind of where we want it. And its action is going to be with this horizontal piston to just turn it off. That's it. Then we're going to do the middle one as horizontal start. This one's going to be as immediate as we can. Its action is going to be to turn on. Finally, the event controller. This is going to be for the horizontal piston. What we are going to do is, after we've placed our connectors, so basically you want this connector sitting at the same level as the bottom of the piston. The top connector, you want the top edge of it, or in this case the bottom side of it, level with the piston head. So what I did is I just attached a block to the side of the rotor and then went down one.
Fuel critical.
And that's the perfect height for it. O2. Please and thank you. Actually, I think I'm still, yeah. So I can turn my lights off too because it's kind of broad daylight. What we're gonna change it to is, instead of the piston position that we were doing before, we're gonna go to connector ready to lock. And then I named both of those connectors that are next to that piston. They're just piston lower and piston upper. We're going to go off of the piston upper because that's the one that's moving. The actions in it are going to be a little bit confusing. But it'll make sense here in a minute. First, we're going to do piston vertical down. We're just going to retract. Leave the second one blank. Toolbar 2, we are going to get vertical up and extend. And toolbar 3, we are going to start the horizontal start. With this, we can use trigger now. Not gonna hurt anything. If you do trigger now or start, doesn't matter. Nothing in that is timed particularly, so we'll be okay. The only reason I did not add this piston, the vertical down 2, relax, solar panels, is because for my drill to touch the ground at start, that piston needs to be fully extended anyway. So that piston's just going to stay fully extended as we go along. Now, if yours is pretty much equal with the ground or lower than this even, what you can do is add some more of these conveyor blocks just in between, or basically a conveyor block, another conveyor block, and add a couple of them until you get to the level you want. And that way you can have both pistons retracted, blah, blah, blah. Just make sure they're in between this first conveyor block and this first piston. That way you're not having to worry about spaces and all that kind of stuff. And really quick, actually, I'm going to show you what I mean by the having those blocks in there. So let me go into creative really quick. And I want these removed. So we're going to get rid of the drill. Oops.
Inventory full.
Oh, that's where that went. Very nice. I'm just going to put it in there. And the rest of this, there's like 60K. So I'm not going to, I'll get that later. Basically what I was talking about with the conveyor junction thing is having more junctions this way. That way you can have 2 pistons and your drill level with the ground before you even start. At that point, we would just make sure these are named. So we're going to make this same names I had before. Now we got to go make sure our stuff did not change. So set up actions. That's still good. This one should also still be good. So these ones we have to change. So this is our horizontal piston. When the connector gets ready to lock, what do we have? Vertical up extends. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm basically going to reset everything here. So it's going to tell vertical down piston to retract. It's going to tell vertical down 2 piston to retract. Not on the same bar, please. There we go. And it's going to tell the vertical piston up to extend. And then at number 4, it's going to start the horizontal start, which can be triggered now. Cool. Now we want to make sure our other ones are the same. Timer block lowering. So that would be this one that I have backwards for some reason, because I'm kind of an idiot. I can't even reach it. Hold on. Just for sake of argument, you didn't see that. So the delay on this one's going to be down. Its actions is going to be the vertical up piston is going to decrease minimum distance. Vertical 2, increase maximum distance. Vertical piston down, increase maximum distance. And then it's also going to take our advanced rotor and reverse. Beautiful? Beautiful. I like it. Now, we got to make sure everything else is set up. Where are you at? Distance is at 9 meters. Please go full extension. Thank you. Minimum distance should be at 10. Reverse. Cool. And now, velocity is there. Turn off rotor lock. Toggle block. Now, as we hit 90, we did nothing. Let's reverse this and get it back going the other way. Now, we shall see if this fully extends. One way or the other. Hopefully. Once it does, should be good. But this is basically all you're doing. I mean, if your piston's on the end, I mean, you could even add 3 pistons right there. I could easily add a 3rd piston where those last 3 conveyor blocks are. And it would give me even more depth. And by the time we got to the end of this one piston, it would be fully extended. Like, it would be kind of wacky. It lowered that, extended that. Cool. So there you go. That's what I was talking about with the conveyor blocks. I just had a little hiccup there with the naming thing because I had to rename stuff after replacing them. But that took a little longer than expected. So we're going to go ahead and leave this episode there. This one was a little different. Simply because I took the assumption that the piston percentage worked off of a different principle rather than just 100% of what you have it set to. I thought it meant 100% of its possibility. So that is my fault. But we did come around. We figured out a workaround. So we will continue with it, though. This should keep going by itself. Like I said, once you see your pistons fully retracted here and this one fully extended, and you didn't make it do that, you'll have to go in and reset the limits and reverse them. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going back and forth, back and forth. So, not too bad. Honestly, for an automations update, that little bit of work that you have to do now is 10 times better than what you would have had to do before. So, I'm happy with it. And hopefully you guys are too. If you are, let me know in the comments if there's any suggestions you have or any other workarounds you may have. Be sure to let me know. And we'll catch you all in the next episode. Have a good day, everybody.